Hello and welcome. This is Module 2.8. It is our second time looking at multi-digit division strategies. Yesterday in the lesson, or in the last lesson, I should say, you looked at a thing called an area model for division. We're going to look at that some more today. It's not the method you have to use when dividing, but you do have to understand what it represents because that's going to help us when we go on to what's called the standard algorithm, or the way that most people do long division. All right, so let's take a look. I don't know why it does that. It did that in my last video too. It went backwards. Weird. This time I was just patient with it. All right, I want to look at, I'm going to highlight it, this box right here. For right now, ignore the other box. Let's just look at this box and talk about it. This is called the area model for division. It is a way to show what our quotients are. So we are dividing by 24 and by another number, and they aren't giving us all the information. We need to look at this and be able to figure out, what is going on? We know that 24 times a number is going to give us 7,200. We also know that we're going to multiply 24 by 8 to get another number, and that when we add these two numbers together, we're going to have our total. The amount that's, let me say it a different way, the amount that is in the area box, the amount on the inside, is the large number we are dividing into. The numbers on the outsides, 24, and the other number, which we don't know, are the numbers that multiply together to get that number in the middle. Now, if we look at the other box, so let me erase what we just, all right, let me erase this. If we look at this other box, we can see the number 7,392. That is the total of this area here. And we know that one part of it is 7,200, and the other part we would find by subtracting. We're going to get to that in a minute. So if we're going to take 7,392 and divide it by 24, they have set up the area model. They've got 24 over here on the side. And they found that if they multiplied 24 by a number that's a power of 10, they could get close to 7,392 without going over. And we're going to figure out what that number is here. That's the number that's in the missing box. What number did they multiply 24 by to get 7,200? You're going to see this example over in this box in your lesson, and this seems very confusing. And I'm going to walk you through what you need to do. So our total, 7,392 divided by 24. First, it is this blue section. I'm going to erase. So I'm going to color code it here. This section here is talking about this section right here. 7,200 divided by 24, which is the same as the number in the problem. Then our other section here, let me change colors. I'll make it red. This section right here represents this part of our area model. And it's also going to be divided by 24. But we don't know what this part is, right? We don't know what this is. Well, we can find that out by subtracting. 7,392 minus what's in the blue box will tell us what's in that red box. So I'm going to go and do it right here. 7,200. And we're subtracting. Always start on the right side. 2 minus 0 is 2. 9 minus 0 is 9. 3 minus 2 is 1, and 7 minus 7 is 0. So the amount in this box is 192. We've got one figured out. Woohoo! That's what goes right here. All right, our boxes stay the same. We're going to put the blue box. I don't think it's going to let me do the same blue, unfortunately. This is the same as this box. 7,200 divided by 24. Well, those are powers of 10. So if I have 24, and I notice that I have 2 zeros here, so let me multiply 24 times 100. That would be 2,400, 24 with the 2 zeros, right? Yeah, we're trying to get to this goal. I'm going to erase this part here because I don't want so much clutter. We're trying to get to this goal right here as close as we can, and we're only at 2,400. Oh, goodness. Well, let's try 24 times 200. Well, 24 times 2 is 48. And then I have to put the 2 zeros from 200 in it, so it's 4,800. Getting closer. Let's see what 24 times 30 is. There we go. 24. It's a bad 2 times 3, not 30, 300. We're in the hundreds here. So 24 times 3. Well, 4 times 3 is 12. Write the 2, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 more is 7. Oh, there it is. With the 2 zeros, here it is. That's the amount that they got right here. So they multiplied 24 by 300. So this number up here is 300. That's this number right here, 300. This red box is the same again, and we already have that answer. This is going to be our red box. 192 divided by 24, well, the other number is 8. So the answer to this problem is 300 plus 8, which I showed you in yesterday's video. The answer is 308. I showed you how to take that top number and add them together. They just gave it to us more difficultly. It's more difficult because we have empty boxes to figure out. One of the things I suggest that you do when you're doing this part right here, I'm going to highlight it. When you're doing this part and you're coming up with your list of facts, I suggest you have a separate sheet of paper and you do those notes on the side. It's hard for me to do that on the screen and fit everything in, but I would do it on the side. All right, I am going to do another example. This time, they didn't give us an area model. I can make one if I want to. If that's helpful, I can completely make one. I'm going to actually pause the video and I will make that box. All right, I've started it and I've decided to bring you back before it's done because it's important what I'm going to show you. So I made my area box and I can see 6,048 divided by 28. I know that I put 28 on this side and I can see how many groups we have here. How many groups we have? I have one group here in parentheses, a second group in parentheses, and a third group in parentheses. That tells me I need to have 3 sections of my box. All right, and I see here I have 5,600, so I know that this part's going to be 5,600. But I don't know anything else. We can still figure this out. We've got everything that we need. All right, I notice when I look at 5,600, I am dealing with 2 zeros. So I'm going to work with 10 to the power of 2. I'm going to multiply 28 by 100, and then 28 by 200, 28 by 300, and we're going to see how many hundreds until we get close to 6,000? And I'm going to do it over on the side. So 28 times 100 equals 2,800, or 2,800, some people will say. All right, let's keep going. We're close, but I think we can get closer. Now I'm going to multiply it by 200. Well, 28 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16. Write the 6, carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 56. Did I do that right? Yeah. All right. 28 times 300. Well, 28 times 3, 8 times 3 is 24. Write the 4, carry the 2. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. Oh, that is too much. That is definitely too much. So we're going to use 200. So this number here is 200. All right, that part's done. That's going to be this part right here. Now, in order to figure out how much we have left, we have to subtract. So the 6,048 subtract 5,600, because that's how much we have in this box right here. We need to figure out how much is left. 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 0 is 4. 0 minus 6, I can't do it, so I got to go next door, get some more. Take 1 from here. The 6 becomes a 5. Add that 1 to here. This becomes 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. So we now have 448 left. We have to see 28 times what is going to give us 448. Well, we did powers of 10 to the second power. Now we're going to do 10 to the first power, or times 10. So I can use this as a guide. 28 times 10 is going to be 280. It's going to follow the pattern I had up above. 28 times 20 is going to be 2 times 28 is still 56. 560. One less 0 than this. 28 times 30 is going to be, well, 3 times 28 is still 84, like it was before, but only 1 0 this time. We've already gone way over. We want this one. 280 is the closest to 440 without going over. So I'm going to put 280 in here. That goes right here, 280. And I know that that is 10. 10. All right, now we got to figure out how much is left again. Let's subtract 280. 8 minus 0 is 8. 4 minus 8, we can't do it. Go next door, get some more. Take 1 from the 4, and this becomes 14. 14 minus 8 is 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So we still have 168 left. Well, we've multiplied by the power of tens and the power of 100s. Now we're just going to multiply by 28. So 28 times 1 is 28. 28 times 2 is 56. 28 times 3 is 84. So I'm going to start 28 times 4 is going to be 4 times 8 is 32. Write the 2, carry the 3. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 more is 11. Ooh, we're getting close. 28 times 4 is 112. I need to move over here for more room. 28 times 5 8 times 5 is 40. Write the 0, carry the 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 more is 140. Oh, it's going to be 6, because I know that 28 more is going to give me 168. So 28 times 6, 6 times 8 is 48. Write the 8, carry the 2. 6 times 2 is 12, and 4 more, yep, is 168. So this is 6. Oh, I forgot to put the 168 up here. So I'm going to put the numbers in here. 200 plus 10 plus 6 is 216. Now let me remove some of this to talk about how you solve it. This is all extra that I don't want. And this. Okay, I just want the bare stuff here. There are 3 sections. That box represents what you see here. 5,600 divided by 28, and then they put the answer down below. 200. Let's change colors. This box represents this. 280 divided by 28 equals 10. And then the third box, change colors one more time. For the third set of parentheses represents this box, 168 divided by 28, which is 6. Those numbers appear up at the top. 200 plus 10 plus 6. This is the way you're going to see it in your OLS. And yes, it is rather confusing, but when you work the problem the same way, I want you to see where those numbers then get put into the OLS to show that you understand the process. All right, this is long. If you have questions, please reach out to me, and we'll be working on these too. This is a way for you to practice it and review it. If you need that help, reach out, email me, give me a call. I'm here to support you. All right, bye.